Worried about what questions to ask during an interview? This video is for you. Welcome back. This is episode 21 of Udacity Career Tips. My name is Martin McGovern, and today we are digging into our community questions. Vinkata asks, how can I avoid asking bad questions at the end of an interview? On the flip side, what is considered to be a good question to ask at a behavioral interview? This is a great question, so let's dig in right now. The first thing you need to know is that you're allowed to prepare your questions before an interview. You don't have to wait till the end of the interview to come up with all of your questions. Personally, I like to go in with at least 5 questions written down and ready to go before I even get there. That way, at the end of the interview, when they open it up for questions, if I draw a blank, boom, I've got them right there, ready to go. Now, when it comes to what questions to ask, you should be asking open-ended questions. Questions that are yes, no, or require one word to respond typically kill the conversation and lead to awkward silences. So the questions that you're going to want to ask are ones that show that you have a genuine curiosity about the company, the industry, the role, and the person that you're talking to. Maybe it would help if I gave a few examples. Here's what not to ask. Do you have a work from home policy? It's a pretty selfish question, and it's one that has a very short answer and really doesn't help move the interview along. When do promotions happen? This is a weird one because of course you want to know when you're going to get performance reviews and stuff, but you haven't even gotten the offer yet. So why are you asking about promotions? How many days do I get off for vacation and sick leave? Again, we are in the interview process. You haven't even gotten the offer yet. So asking questions about when you get to not work before you even get told you're allowed to work is a bit weird. These questions are selfish, dead ends, and short-sighted. They make it seem like you only care about money and perks, and you come off as someone who really doesn't care about the role at all. Most of these nuts and bolts questions are going to be answered once you get the offer, so don't jump the gun. Instead, let's ask questions like, what skills do you think would make someone successful in this role? This is a great question because you're asking their opinion. You're involving them in your question, so they get to actually give you a real answer that's not just yes or no. How will success be measured in this role? This is a great question because you get insights into the metrics you're going to be evaluated on. And if you've been evaluated against those metrics in the past, you have a prime opportunity to bring in more evidence, tell another story, and prove that you're right for this role. What is it that you like most about this company and the work you do? Wow, we are really involving the interviewer in this question. We're actually getting them to get excited. And if you can get them talking excitedly about what they do, they're going to leave that interview feeling great about themselves and great about the conversation you just had with them, which puts you in a better light when they're thinking back about hiring you 2 days from now. And now, the most important question you should always ask at the end of every interview: what do the next steps in the interview process look like? Now we're thinking ahead. Now we're trying to move towards the next step in the process, and we get to gauge if they're seemingly wanting to bring us to that next stage. All of these questions show that you care about the role, want to perform well, and respect the interviewer's time and perspectives. They open up the conversation to let you build or provide more examples, and they just make you seem smart at the end of the day. So do your research. Hit up Google and you type in best questions to ask at the end of an interview. You will find thousands of examples, and all you need are 5 to 10 to write onto your notepad and bring in to crush it in your interview. Thank you so much for watching. I love answering your questions and sharing as many resources as I can for you to be successful in your job search. If there's any other topics you'd like us to dive into, please throw them in the comments below, and I'll be addressing them in future videos. Also, if you know anyone searching for a job right now, tag them and let them know you're thinking about them. Maybe it will help them in their search. As for us, that's all the time we have, so I'll be seeing you during the next Udacity Career Tip. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.